role of the Minister of Power with respect to the increase in electricity tariff. That is the exclusive responsibility of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. And going by the law, the increase cannot be justified under the Electricity Act. Specifically, Section 116 of the Act. I have studied.
He also raised concern that the federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, still plans to extend electricity tariff hike beyond Band A consumers to other Nigerians categorized under other bands.
Very soon, the government is going to extend the increases to them so that the 1.4 trillion the minister is talking about will be recovered. But again, as I said, we are talking of increasing tariffs to assist the cash-strapped discos, majority of which have now been taken over by the AMCON and the banks. And the banks and AMCON have no competence to run electricity companies.
The senior advocate of Nigeria argued that the federal government had already removed electricity subsidy in 2022, and so the government, by the new tariff hike, is making Nigerians pay for the inefficiency and profligacy of those managing the electricity sector. Away from Nigeria, the death toll from the sinking of a makeshift ferry boat off the north coast of Mozambique has risen to 96. In Nampula Province, Administrator Silvario Nauto told newsmen that 5 more bodies have been found in the last few hours. Among them were 3 children. The official added that rescuers have found 11 survivors and search operations are continuing. The converted fishing boat, carrying about 130 people, ran into trouble yesterday as it was trying to reach an island of Nampula Province. Away from Africa, the European Union will on Wednesday vote on a vast overhaul of its immigration policies that would notably harden entry procedures for asylum seekers and require all the bloc's countries to share responsibility. The European Parliament will decide a series of laws forming the bloc's migration and asylum pacts based on a European Commission proposal first made in September 2020. The overhaul was reached only after overcoming years of tensions and divisions among EU member countries. Once fully adopted, it will come into effect from 2026. Alongside its passage, the European Union has been striking agreements with several outside countries to try to reduce the number of migrants leaving their territories with the goal of reaching Europe. The United Nations atomic watchdog has warned that a new drone attack on Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia power plant has raised the risk of a major nuclear accident. Russia said Ukraine was behind the attack, which it said injured 3 people. Meanwhile, Ukraine has denied involvement. The giant Russian-held nuclear plant with 6 reactors is on the front line of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The UN's International Atomic Energy Agency has repeatedly warned against such attacks. Global Box is reaching you live from Adamimogo 105.1 FM Ibadan. Still to come on the news. Anticipation builds as millions prepare for total solar eclipse in North America. Do stay with us.
You are listening to Global Box on Adamimogo 105.1 FM Ibadan.
Glad to have you back. For inquiries, breaking news and more, please call or text our news desk on 0703-496-1615 and also the rest of the news. Israel's military says it is ready for any Iranian threat as tension builds after the attack on an Iranian consulate in Damascus. Israel is widely believed to be behind the attack, which Iran said killed 7 Revolutionary Guard officers. An Iranian official said that Israel's embassies were no longer safe as it prepares a response. U.S. and Israeli forces in the region have been put on high alert in anticipation of a possible attack. In another beat, Israel's military has confirmed that it has reduced the number of soldiers from southern Gaza, leaving just one brigade in the area. The military stressed a significant force would remain in Gaza. Israel Defense Forces IDF spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner stated this in an interview with newsmen. The pullout is being interpreted as tactical rather than a sign the war may be moving closer to its end. In a separate beat, a total solar eclipse where the moon fully blocks the sun will be seen across parts of North America today. It will begin over the Cook Islands in the Pacific Ocean and then move across Mexico and 13 U.S. states before finishing in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. In the eclipse's part of deepest shadow totality, the sky will go pitch black for 4 minutes and 9 seconds. NASA says the eclipse is unique as it will cover several densely populated cities with some 31.5 million people able to see it. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration will conduct many experiments throughout the cosmic event, including launching rockets into the eclipse's shadow and sending research jet planes to track its path. In Asia, China will today put 3 minors on trial for allegedly murdering another child in a case that has shocked the nation and sparked public debate over the treatment of juvenile offenders. A provincial prosecutor said the 3 suspects, all aged under 14 at the time of the murder, are accused of bullying a middle school classmate, surnamed Wang, over a long period before killing him last month. The grim details of the case, in which the killers reportedly buried Wang's body in an abandoned greenhouse, drew public attention to how the law deals with juveniles accused of serious crimes. In 2021, China lowered its age of criminal responsibility from 14 to 12 for special cases such as inflicting death by extremely cruel means. In talking business, airline regulators in the U.S. have begun an investigation after an engine cowling on a Boeing 737-800 fell off during takeoff and struck a wing flap. The Southwest Airlines flight returned safely to Denver International Airport after originally departing to Houston. The aircraft had 135 passengers and 6 crew members on board and rose to about 10,300 feet before landing. The incident comes amid manufacturing and safety concerns at Boeing. In talking sport, Jurgen Klopp has warned Manchester United that will get beaten by Arsenal next month if they play like they did against his Liverpool side. Reacting to the game yesterday in a recent interview, Klopp urged Liverpool to stay calm after losing the Premier League leadership this weekend, drawing 2-2 at Old Trafford.
We are who we are how we are, and that's why we are in the race. So, and I'm absolutely fine with that. And I knew it will be super tricky until the end. So that's all. And again, we were not until yesterday, whichever time, we were top of the table. And now it's Arsenal, and I don't know when. It's maybe somebody else. We want to be there after the 38th, after the last match day. We are.
United could yet help Klopp's side as they host Arsenal, the new leaders, on the season's penultimate weekend. However, Klopp fears United need to up their game if they are to hold Mikel Arteta's side. On entertainment happenings, the world's largest collection of original Banksy artworks will go on display in London's Soho. The Art of Banksy, featuring more than 150 pieces from the anonymous Bristol-based artist, will open at 100 Charing Cross Road on 11 April. The artworks include Dismal Land and recent pieces acknowledging the ongoing war in Ukraine. And that's Global Box on Adamimogo 105.1 Ibadan. But before we go, the highlights again. We brought to you that human rights lawyer Femi Falana has threatened to drag the federal government to court if it fails to reverse the hike in electricity tariff. And we told you also that Israel's military has confirmed that it has reduced the number of soldiers from southern Gaza, leaving just one brigade in the area. And finally, we told you that a total solar eclipse where the moon fully blocks the sun will be seen across parts of North America today. And that's Global Box. It was edited by Dayo Olujobi. I'm Victoria Owoyemi. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
Adamimogo 105.1 FM, the voice of the light. Adamimogo 105.1 FM, the voice of the light.